Really choppy here. Very, very low probability trading environment. Very, very choppy. TTD just moving sideways here right now. Google's been drifting down, just moving sideways. This is price action's awful here to try to trade.
On S Sentinel 1, seeing a volume pop. Keep in mind, members, they are set to speak today at the Barclays Tech Conference. That's S Sentinel 1.
Really horrible price action here right now.
On S Sentinel 1, tweeted there by Citron. Says $32 target. That's an S. A tweet out there by Citron Research.
Apple with a little bit of a bounce. Google with a tiny bounce. Oops. Amazon a little bit coming off the bottom here. Oracle also coming off a low step back down again. Very, very weak. Oracle is really weak. Yeah, I'm not just looking for trades, but there's really not much to trade here with this market. The market isn't just not doing anything. Apple's coming up almost above the 15 EMA again on the daily. Gap down pretty hard this morning. Now it's trying to get above the 15. Hey, Nissy. YouTube have been showing a starting time at 8:15 or 11:15 instead of 8:30 like it used to. I don't know. I don't set that up. I'll talk to Rightline about that. I'm not really sure. I'll check that after I close it out today. Thanks very much for the heads up. I do try to start around 11:30. Apple bounced pretty nicely this morning off of a slow, moving up toward the pivot point. All right, about 11:49 here, 10 minutes to 12. Apple moving back up toward the pivot point. SPY drifting up, just drifting. Triple Qs, it's just not going anywhere. Market very low probability trading environment. Very, very slow this morning. FCX, I did have that long, got out, took profits. Moved up a little bit more here as well. Could have had a bigger profit. We took TTD short, the trade desk short. It's really just kind of moving sideways like the rest of the market. Really dead price action in the market right now. Google pulled down a little bit this morning, quite a bit actually, and it's still down there. Hasn't really bounced too much. It's kept down close to the 15 and bounced off a bit, but right now it's just kind of meandering with the rest of the market. TMUS fairly good short. Kroger bounced up, and CBS has been pretty strong today. All right, see if we have any questions here. It's about 11:50. Hey, Mayank. Financials are very strong today. Yeah, they are. The XLF is up nicely. JP Morgan bounced up really beautifully today and yesterday. XLF up about 1.5%. Goldman looks really nice. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley also up nicely. Wells Fargo also up about 2%. So yeah, all the financials are trading beautifully here right now. But you know, if you look at the like Goldman Sachs, it's up nicely today. But if you look at the 5-minute chart, it's not great as far as intraday trading is concerned. Here's it moved up this morning, but very choppy here. Here's the high, but it's not really. This is not what you call a nice little trend that you can follow. It's bullish, of course. JP Morgan a little bit better as far as intraday price action on JP Morgan. Somewhat better, well, quite a bit better than Goldman Sachs. Morgan Stanley, very similar to Goldman Sachs. WFC looks pretty nice. So WFC and JP Morgan are the two best financials as far as price action on the 5-minute chart is concerned.
And now for some Ruthie time.
Yay.
Doing some exorcism. All I want to do is sit up.
You going to do exercises?
I'm going to do some because I need it.
Okay.
All I do is sit on a sit.
Harry pointing out GDX continuing up. GDX. Yep. Gold miners ETF. Beautiful move in the miners this morning. Grinding up beautifully here. Volume's just kind of average, but nice move in it. There's GDX daily chart right there. Gold miners moving up nicely. There's the GLD, looks nice. There's the SLV, looks good. EGO, one of the gold stocks we talked about earlier, moving up pretty nicely. That's EGO's got some very nice price action. It only has monthly options on it, on EGO. WFC moving up nicely. Banks, again, as pointed out, very strong this today. USO, oil coming down today. You see the big gap down in oil this morning and continuing down on USO. And just in TTD right now, for an intraday trade, see if we can squeeze some profits coming down here now a little bit. Not really trading much right now because the market's not giving us anything here. Apple coming back down again now. SPY putting in a red candle. Coming right back down toward the VWAP. This is terrible price action to try to trade on the market. Awful. You get nothing. You got to have to look for stocks that can carry on their own. They don't need the market to continue up or down, whichever direction you're going in. TTD's coming in. That's good. Apple starting to pull back down again. Google still coming down. Not happy with this price action on Google today. Had a beautiful day yesterday, and not happy today. It's coming down toward the 15 again. Just don't like it. I mean, it's still bullish, but I just don't like the fact that you get a down day like that. It takes another day off of your time. Hey, Alex. Hoping for some better price action day after the Fed. But nope, still the same old choppy mess. It certainly is. This is really low probability trading environment. It's horrible price action. Um, you've got to find stocks. If you're going to trade, you've got to find stocks that have really good relative strength to the market or relative weakness to the market, because the market's going nowhere. I mean, it's just absolute crap, let's be honest. This is horrible trading conditions. So again, all I've taken so far today was I took FCX this morning for a long and get out pretty quickly. Took nice profits on that, about 34%. And we just took TTD short as an intraday trade. This is likely we're going to try to get out of this today. Because it's very difficult to swing right now with this market, as unsure as it appears to be. Lily was the best trade today. Already exited with 25% in a couple of hours. Nice job. Yeah, Lily, nice, very strong today. It's moved up. It's actually pulled back. You can see here that it got right through. See how it got through the 8 and the 15, and that was right back down now. So it was good this morning, but you can see that this is, if you have to catch it right in here, and here it's rolling back down again. And this is why swinging right now is such a hard trade. It's a hard thing to do. Here you got a breakout. Looks like a breakout of resistance. Looks like nice. Going to move right through there. Moved up quite a ways beyond it, and now it's right back to it again. Very tough to trade. You need to stay long this thing. You need it to stay above the 8 and 15 at the close today. Shy pointing out gold, silver, and to a lesser degree Dow have been uptrending to about 10 o'clock this morning. Yeah, gold and silver pretty strong. Market internals are still bullish now, by the way. Yeah, silver's still moving up pretty nicely as well. I just don't have a lot of confidence in the market to jump into anything right now, other than what we got here. TTD again. I took FCX off. Could have got a lot more out of that. That was a momentum trade. Not a momentum. Out of the money catalyst trade this morning. Worked out nicely, but still left quite a bit of money on the table. And still trying to take our profits in TTD. KSS trading at 23.60, really nice. KSS, that weekly ATM is performing really beautifully so far. Only had it a few days, but it's performing nicely. On the put that we sold, the 23.50 put expiring tomorrow, we collected $79 a contract on that. It's going for 41 right now. So up about $38 a contract on that, down about $11 a contract on the long puts. So up about $27 per contract on the KSS. I'm planning on rolling this out into next week unless something dramatic happens on price. As of right now, my plan is to roll the trade tomorrow and roll it back out and take the same strike price, the 23.50 strikes for next week. $23.50 strikes for next week right now are going for about $1. Apple chopping all around. SPY chopping all around. Google tried to bounce here, but very weak today, along with most of the tech stocks. Oracle also weak. Nvidia was weak today. Starting to bounce a little bit here. And TTD right now coming back down again. A sell order at 130 on TTD is trading at about 118 right now. Hey, Shy. Whoops. I have my mic off. Sorry. When I spoke about Lily, I had my mic off. Yep. Sorry about that. No, it's not on your end. It's on my end. When I talked about Lily, yeah, I said what I said about Lily was it was really strong this morning. Right here, this way you can catch this. As my aunt kid said, he got a 25% on his trade off at Lily here today. That was a nice move, and it was a good one. I don't know if he was on it for a swing trade. He might have been for a swing trade because it's been bouncing for the last couple of days. It bounced up yesterday, and then today it moved up really beautifully. But what I was saying is it went through on the daily chart. Here it is here. It went through this 8.15 this morning. It looked like it was headed up, and it's pulled right back now down to the 15. So that's you got to be very quick on these trades, especially intraday trades. Take it when you can because there was a beautiful run up here. Pulled back this morning, ran up beautifully here. See how big the volume was as it moved up, and then it's rolling over as the volume comes down. just a low probability trading environment. I can't say this enough. This is not a good day to be trying to take trades. It's very hard to find anything to trade. I did like TTD short. I still like it short, but the market's not giving us any help at all right now. So, not going to take too much on. Google's is weak today. We're going to need to get a bounce in this the next couple of days. Tomorrow, the first of next week. It moved up nicely yesterday. It looked like yesterday we were headed for a being able to take profits in it, but today it's pulled right back again. Probably being pushed down by the Oracle's earnings and this negative AI talk this morning. Also, Sam Altman from OpenAI said that the Google AI was not really impacting them their chat as much as they thought it would. So that's kind of a negative comment about Google. But Google on the daily chart, it's still above the 15 EMA. So we'll see where it closes today.
On RIVN, developing an AI chip that will replace NVIDIA's version.
TTD with a little bounce.
More color Rivian's AI platform, 4 times performance of prior NVIDIA system.
Rivian say they're developing their own chip. It has 4 times the performance of the prior NVIDIA system. Apple moving up. SPY trying to get back up above the pivot point and stay there. Has not been able to so far. But a little bit of a move here. Google trying to bounce off the low. TTD bouncing here. Not caring for that too much. Daily chart on TTD, of course, is extremely weak, as you can see right here. There's really no support on it for a long way back. Got to go all the way back to 2021 to find any support on TTD. Problem is, of course, we don't have a lot of time on this trade, so we'll see where it goes.
Members watching that LIDR and LACR off those Rivian headlines in the news desk, the LIDAR top.
As a LIDR, this LIDAR, that's the sensors that Rivian's going to be adding to their cars. Lasers are bouncing in sympathy. Google finally a little bit of a bounce. Market trying to bounce here right now. Market internals, yeah, are moving up. They've been moving up most of the day, pretty flat from about 10:30 to about 11:30, but they're moving up right now on overall in the market. So the market internals, you can see they're moving up. And TTD, I don't. Trying to move up here. It's again very relatively weak to the market. We'll see what happens here. Too soon for me to pull the plug on it. Very slow market again. TDD pulled up, starting to pull back down again. SPY still moving up. Got a little bit of strength in the SPY. Market internals are still bullish. Still bullish. Overall market still bullish. All right, see if we have any questions here. Again, market trying to bounce up. Market internal still holding up strong. Market is bouncing some right now. Hey Ray, bought December 15th, 57 calls for 70 cents, sold for $1.30. All right. I'm not sure what stock you're talking about, Ray. Nice trade, but almost a 100% trade. But I'm not sure what stock you're talking about. Thanks, Doc. Probably on one of the biotechs. In any case, beautiful trade, Ray. In for 70 cents, out for $1.30. December 15th, 57.50. So I just don't know what stock it's on. SPY still moving up now. Not green yet, but moving up. Q's also moving up. IWM with a nice move today. IWM is green here, up a full percent right now on the Russell 2000. SPY moving up, getting close to being break even here. Today, good move in the SPY. Q's moving as well. Google's starting to bounce. TTD not moving up that much with the market. I'm going to hold it yet. See what happens later on. Again, I might have FCX. That was a beautiful one today. Apple bounced, still bouncing pretty nicely on Apple.
S&P 500 turned green on the day.
SPY's green. SPY green. Now it's slightly red, but it was green for a minute, or I guess about a second. It's down 7 cents. Still a beautiful reversal in the market right now. Triple Q's moving up. They're still underwater here by quite a bit because they were down so much. And IWM leading the charge higher here. Q's, Q's and SPY moving up. IWM also strong here. IWM quite a bit stronger than the rest of the market right now. But it's a nice recovery in the SPY here, because it's SPY's just about green here. SPY just fluctuating between green and red here, just basically even. Again, IWM still outperforming. TTD moved up against us a little bit. Still not showing the strength that the SPY and the Qs are right now. It's still red by quite a bit, actually. 12:30 here. Gonna get lunch here in about 10 minutes. As the SPY comes up, it's hit that standard deviation level and is fighting that one right now. But IWM still looks strong here. IWM definitely the best index right now today. Team is chopping around. Apple had a nice rally, moved back up beautifully right now. Putting in a hammer here today is the Apple candlestick on the daily. Putting in a big hammer. Very weak this morning. Fell below the 15, fell below the horizontal level, and now it's right back above both horizontal levels, above the 15, stuck right here between the 8 and the 15 on Apple. As TTD still looks very weak on the daily. Hey Michael, is UNH more like a PBO here daily? Maybe extended. My thoughts on UNH. Let's take a look at UNH. Let's look at the daily chart. We got again, it's a PBO for sure. I mean, you can see what this thing has done. This was a move down pretty hard, hit the 100, moved up, come back down through the 100, come back up again. This thing is just gyrating around. But here's the 50-day moving average right here, right? And so this is going to be resistance. You can see that it hasn't been able to get above that 50-day moving average. So that's a kind of a key level here. It needs to be able to get above that, and it hasn't been able to yet. So we also had this gap up here. So high volume lines up here. Yeah, 50-day moving average is the big line in the sand on this one. You really want to see that thing get through the 50-day moving average. Then you get some horizontal resistance here. Again, that is the gap again, but it's already filled the gap in the past. This was a gap from way back here. It filled the gap. Didn't really notice how much resistance it had when it got to the top of the gap, and then fell right apart again. So you got that to worry about, but you've also got this 50-day moving average right there. So very difficult to trade into that 50-day moving average. Best above the 50F, absolutely. Apple with a little move up. SPY still trying to get going here. IWM also pulled just right to the 8. TTD again showing some relative weakness here now, starting to pull back down again. Terrible price action here. Terrible price action. Market bounced back up again. Got a little bit stronger. TTD coming down. Very weak on TTD. So Q's obviously Q's and SPY bounced pretty nicely. And Google also making a run up here now. Up the 8's crossing back up to the 15 again with the VWAP right there. EOSE, nice move in EOSE. Another energy stock here. Sorry, it's EOSE is electronic components. SPY moving here again. IW not so much. Triple Q is trying to move. TTD coming back down below the 8 now. Trying to get through the 15 to the downside. About flat on a TTD trade right now. Market internals still pretty strong. They're starting to flatten out a little bit here and just curl down just a little bit on this candle. Market internals starting to drift down just a little bit. IWM right back to the 8. It's been riding up this 8 pretty nicely all day long. TTD now back down below the 8, right on the 15. KSS trading beautifully here. Team is coming back down again, red for the day. Apple right up to the pivot point, and stopping there. SPY than the Q is moving back up again here now. IWM just a little bit weaker than the SPY than the Qs now, although it is the strongest index by quite a lot today. Watching TTD drifting down. And I'm out of FCX, which performed nicely this morning for a UNCAT trade. All right, just going to watch here. I'm going to get some lunch here in a minute. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes of 1. I'm going to grab some lunch. All right, we're going to go ahead and shut down the YouTube feed. Hey, the YouTube, thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. Thanks so very much for being here this morning and this early afternoon. Be back again tomorrow about 11:30, as far as I know. And I'll check in to see what that start time. Nissi said it was set at 11:15 instead of 11:30. I'll see where it looks like. All right, so listen, have a great afternoon, everybody. Trade well.